DeepSeek R1 is a powerful reasoning model that provides exceptional results. In this video we'll look on some statistics, I prepared for you some comparison and also we'll test it out. So with all that being said, let's get into it. So in general, let's start with some key facts about DeepSeek R1. So it's launched in January 2025, designed as an open source. So that means actually we can download it on our computer. The purpose: it specializes in logical inference, mathematical problem solving, and real-time decision making. So it's reasoning model, it's kind of thinking. Later on, when we'll test it out on some real examples in this video, you will see how it performs. Advanced reasoning capabilities, built for complex reasoning tasks, making it ideal for research, education tools, and decision support systems. Training method, so it's developed using large-scale reinforcement learning. So for example, in the DeepSeek V3, we've got mixture of learning, so different training method. Benchmark performance, so the most kind of, I can say, proper competitor of DeepSeek R1 is GPT-01, which is really kind of sophisticated. However, after that later. Open source collaborative, so it's fully open source, encouraging innovation and collaboration within the AI community. So also, when we have our open source like community of developers is bigger, so we've got a bigger actually amount of the people that are actually for this case, for example, using DeepSeek as their working tool. Why it stands out? It combines advanced reasoning abilities, efficient learning methods, and open source flexibility. So it's really similar kind of as V3, so we've got open source. And yeah, you need to remember R1 is reasoning model, it's for solving problems, actually thinking in that term. However, V3 is for general circumstances. Now let's see some DeepSeek R1 comparison. By the way, you can download all of these files that I'm providing for you in this video in the resources of this material. Also, when we had the video about V3, you could download, let me show, these files. So yeah, again, go over ahead to the resources. So now let's see the comparison. Right there, as usual, we've got our explanation. So for the code forces, it means competitive programming. When it comes to Math 500, it's advanced mathematics. GPQA Diamond, it's PhD level questions and answers, and so on. So here you can look some statistics. Actually, R1, performs very great in each test. So for example, Math Olympiad problem solving is actually the best. The difference between R1 and OpenAI 01 is not actually existing. However, you need to remember R1 we've got for free and other models we need to pay for them. Here, for example, when it comes to programming, also it performs very well. PhD level Q&A and so on. So yeah, you can see DeepSeek performs very great. And the most important fact is that it's open source. It's totally for free. For other models we need to pay. So definitely it's something very worth to pay attention. So we've got the first prompt. Here is a debate. AI should replace human teachers in schools. Give me the strongest argument for and against the statement with logical reasoning. Remember, we need to enable DeepSeek R1 here and we can run it. When we run our DeepSeek R1, it seems like it thinks like a human. So, okay, I need to figure out the strongest arguments for and against the statement that AI should replace human teachers. First, for the argument in favor, against the argument. So it actually thinks, wait, need to check if these points are the strongest. Another thought, I should make sure each argument is backed in logical reasoning. So it's kind of thinking as we are doing that. And this is the strong ability of these models, of reasoning models. So actually thinking process is really deep. So now we can see after all of this thinking, we can preview that by clicking here, of course. We've got our answer. So AI can deliver hyper-personalized education at an unprecedented scale. Machine learning algorithms analyze individual students' performance in real time. Huge advantage, yeah? Adjusting content difficulty, pacing, and teaching methods to optimize learning outcomes. For example, platforms like Khan Academy use adaptive technology to fill knowledge gaps efficiently. AI also democratizes access to high-quality education in underserved or remote regions, where trained teachers are scarce. Then we've got strongest argument against AI replacing human teachers. Education is not merely knowledge transfer, it's a human-centric process that fosters critical thinking, emotional intelligence, this is huge, and ethical reasoning. Human teachers build trust, inspire curiosity, and adapt to nuanced classroom dynamics, and so on and so on. So we've got a conclusion. And the entire thinking process is really cool. So for example here, let's read it. Wait, need to check if these points are the strongest. For the pro side, personalization and accessibility the key. For the con side, the human element and socio-emotional aspects. Are there other points? Maybe bias in AI algorithms, but the strongest against might be the lack of human interaction. So it's called chain of thought technique. So it breaks the problem into smaller pieces, and even it thinks of different solutions. It asks questions. So we can see DeepSeek actually refines the knowledge, recalls something from the conversation, and is doing all of the stuff. So that's truly impressive. Let's provide other example to test it out. A man is looking at a picture of someone. His friend asks, "Who is it you are looking at?" He replies, "Brothers and sisters I have known, but that man's father is my father's son. Who is in the picture? Explain your reasoning step by step." Actually, it's not necessary. We can run it and see what happens. So again, thinking process is very structured. So first, the man says he has no brothers or sisters. That means he's an only child. So his parents don't have any other kids besides him. That's a key point. Now the second part. Since the man has no brothers or sisters, putting that back into the sentence. And at the end, what we have? Wait, maybe it's a daughter. The riddle doesn't specify gender, but the answer usually given is son. Let me think again. That's cool. Alternative approach. So how structured this response is, this thinking process. It's taking everything to consideration. And afterwards, we've got the response. The man in the riddle states he has no brothers or sisters, meaning he is an only child. When he says that man's father is my father's son, we analyze my father's son. Since he has no siblings, my father's son refers to himself. Therefore, that man's father is the man himself. This means the person in the picture is the man's son. So the picture is of his son. The answer is correct. However, pay attention to the thinking process, how structured it was, how it is, and how it manages to solve this kind of the problems and solving our queries.